1909, Rudolf Steiner stood before a room of European intellectuals and made a claim so outrageous, half of them walked out. He said that doing one completely useless action at the exact same time every day could literally reshape the fabric of destiny itself. The half who stayed, they went on to found movements that would change education, agriculture, and medicine forever. Today, you're about to learn why. Welcome back, spiritual revolutionaries. Yesterday, you learned to tame your wild mind with a pencil. Today we're going after something even more elusive, your will. And here's the thing that's going to blow your mind. Steiner discovered that free will, real, actual free will, doesn't exist the way you think it does. Let me prove it to you. This morning when you woke up, did you choose to check your phone? Or did your hand just reach for it? When you brushed your teeth, did you consciously decide each stroke? Or were you thinking about your day while your body ran on autopilot? Steiner said, and this is a direct quote from his 1912 lecture in Helsinki, "Modern man believes he is free, but he is merely a slave to his habits, his unconscious impulses, and the suggestions of his environment." Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. But here's where Steiner dropped the bomb that made those intellectuals walk out. He said that by doing one completely arbitrary action, something totally meaningless, totally useless, at the exact same time every day, you could break the chains of karmic automation. You could literally hack the matrix of cause and effect. Now, I know how this sounds, but stay with me, because what Steiner understood about the will is only now being confirmed by neuroscience. See, your brain has these things called default mode networks. Basically, you're running on autopilot 95% of the time. Your neurons have carved grooves so deep that free will becomes an illusion. But Steiner knew something else. He said, this is from knowledge of higher worlds. In the moment, a human being performs an action out of pure will, with no external reason, no internal compulsion. In that moment, they touch the realm of pure spirit. Think about that. No external reason, no internal compulsion. When was the last time you did anything that fits that description? Here's what's wild. Steiner taught this exercise to some pretty heavy hitters. There are diary entries suggesting that Hermann Hesse practiced it. The founder of Veleda Pharmaceuticals swore by it. Even some members of the Bauhaus movement were secret practitioners. Why secret? Because it sounds insane. Touch your left elbow at 3:47 p.m. every day and reshape your destiny. Come on. But then you try it, and something happens that you can't explain. Steiner explained it like this, and this is where it gets really esoteric, so buckle up. He said humans have what he called an astral body, your desire body, your emotional field. This astral body is constantly being pulled by external forces, advertisements, other people's emotions, planetary influences, even the electromagnetic fields of our devices. But when you perform an action with zero desire, zero emotion, zero reason, you create what Steiner called a pearl of will force. These pearls accumulate in your etheric body, and when you have enough of them, you become what Steiner called a conscious co-creator with the cosmic will. Translation: you stop being an NPC in reality's game and become an actual player. Now, here's the exact exercise as Steiner taught it. And please understand, this sounds simple, but Steiner warned it's actually harder than the pencil meditation. Why? Because your entire being will resist doing something pointless. First, you need to choose an action, and this is crucial. It must be completely useless, harmless to yourself and others. something you would never normally do, simple enough to do anywhere. Steiner gave examples. Touch your right ear with your left hand. Tap your foot 3 times. Move an object from one place to another and back. The more arbitrary, the better. All right, let's actually design your will exercise right now. This isn't the meditation itself. This is choosing your daily deed. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Now, think of an action so simple, so meaningless, that it almost makes you laugh. Maybe it's touching your nose with your pinky finger. Maybe it's standing up and sitting down twice. Maybe it's saying the word cucumber out loud. Feel for something that has absolutely no practical value, none, zero. Got it? Good. Open your eyes. Now here's the kicker. You need to choose an exact time. Not sometime in the afternoon, not around 3-ish, an exact time, 3:47 p.m., 11:23 a.m., 7:19 p.m. Steiner was fanatical about this precision. He said, "The exactness of the time is more important than the action itself." Now, here's something Steiner only told his inner circle, and I'm speculating a bit here based on his later lectures, but it seems he believed that each minute of the day has its own quality, its own cosmic signature. By aligning your will with a specific moment, repeatedly, you're essentially learning to surf the waves of time itself. Wild, yes, but remember, this is the same man whose agricultural methods increase crop yields without chemicals, whose education system produces uncommonly creative and grounded individuals. Maybe, just maybe, he was on to something. Let's practice making this commitment right now, not doing the action, but feeling the commitment. Repeat after me in your mind or out loud. Tomorrow at exactly, say your time. I will. State your action. Not because I need to, not because I want to, but because I will it to be so. Feel that little spark of something. That's your will waking up, maybe for the first time in years. Now, Steiner warned, and this is critical, your entire being will try to make you forget. You'll be in a meeting at your chosen time. You'll be driving. You'll suddenly remember something more important. This is what he called the cosmic opposition. The forces that keep humanity asleep don't want you developing independent will. Sounds dramatic? Steiner didn't think so. He said, the moment a human being begins to develop true will, they become visible to opposing forces. But here's the beautiful thing. Every time you remember and do your action anyway, every time you excuse yourself from that meeting for 10 seconds, pull over the car, interrupt your important task, you're declaring to the universe, I am a free being. Steiner said that after 21 days of this practice, though some experience it sooner, something shifts. You start noticing moments of choice everywhere. The automatic reactions slow down. You catch yourself before falling into old patterns. One of his students wrote in their diary, "It's as if I've been sleeping my whole life, and suddenly I'm awake in my own existence." But even more mysteriously, Steiner hinted that this exercise affects what he called the karma body. By introducing acts of pure will into your life stream, You literally change the trajectory of your destiny. He said, this is from a 1913 lecture in Oslo. The future comes to meet us according to the will forces we develop today. So here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. And remember, choosing to accept it is itself an act of will. For the next 24 hours, you're going to prepare. Set multiple alarms, write sticky notes, tell someone about it. Accountability helps. Do whatever it takes to remember your chosen time. Then tomorrow, at that exact moment, perform your useless action. And here's the key. Do it with full presence. Don't rush it. Don't do it while thinking about other things. For those 5 to 10 seconds, be completely present with your arbitrary deed. Steiner said, in this moment of pure will, the human being stands equal to the gods. Now, here's something beautiful Steiner revealed. He said that every time someone performs an act of pure will, it creates what he called a tone in the cosmic symphony. Imagine, right now around the world, there are people doing their arbitrary actions, touching their ear at 2:15, standing and sitting at 9:47, each one adding their note to this invisible symphony of awakening will. Tomorrow you join this orchestra. I want to leave you with something Steiner said that gives me chills every time. This is from his very last lecture series before he died. If even a small group of human beings were to develop true will forces, it would be enough to change the trajectory of human evolution. A small group, that's all it takes. So maybe those intellectuals who walked out in 1909 had it wrong. Maybe doing something useless at 3:47 p.m. isn't insane. Maybe what's insane is living your entire life on autopilot, never once exercising the one thing that makes you truly human, your free will. One more time. Close your eyes. Feel your chosen time. See yourself doing your action, not because you have to, not because you should, but because you choose to. This is your will awakening. Open your eyes. Tomorrow, at your chosen moment, you stop being a slave to causality and become a creator of it. Steiner ended every lesson on will with these words: the future is not fixed. It is created by acts of will performed in freedom. Your first act of freedom awaits. Will you answer the call? Tomorrow, day 3, we dive into what Steiner called the most difficult of all the exercises, equanimity, where you'll learn why feeling too much joy can be just as dangerous as too much sorrow, and how to find the secret middle pillar that Steiner said opens the gate to objective spiritual perception. But today you have one job. Choose your moment, choose your deed. And tomorrow, for perhaps the first time in your life, choose to be free. Class dismissed. If you will it to be so,